The Switch 2 is finally official. Feels somewhat unreal to say it like that, but the Nintendo president Furukawa said that the reveal will happen in this fiscal year. Not only that, but it's also the first console made with Furukawa being the president of Nintendo. And I feel that things will definitely change. He was usually rather quiet and rarely said anything and was more behind the scenes. But now he just came out and announced the Switch 2, confirmed a direct in June, and also later on said that more info on the Switch 2 will come out over the year. And now some of the parts that are being used for the Switch 2 have been leaked right after that. And I wanted to touch upon that. Don't worry if you don't want to hear it jump to this timestamp. Though you may be in for a surprise if you stick by. If you watched my video on why a Xenoblade cross-port to the Switch 1 is very unlikely, you probably remember what I said was the biggest reason. The very low amount of RAM and very slow memory bandwidth. And we thought that Nintendo will cheap out and go with 8GB on the next system. But things have gotten very interesting. Because Nintendo actually went for a full 12GB of LPDDR5 RAM. With 7,500 mega transfers per second, which, if I got that correctly, can go up to even 120 gigabytes per second, theoretically. But that is in any case a fantastic upgrade and higher than what a lot of us were expecting. Because these were usually Nintendo's biggest bottlenecks. The reason for pop-ins, lack of details on further away objects, low resolution textures and, information that you can store at the same time. All of that shouldn't be that much of an issue anymore. I mean, heck, even the Xbox Series S has only 10GB of RAM. So yes, this is some fantastic news. Nintendo will also go with a 256GB UFS 3.1 storage chip, which comes close to the newest gen consoles in the speed department, which is once again fantastic news, because it means that loading times may get reduced to nothing with this one. Tears of the Kingdom shrines. You enter it and can instantly continue. Entering a new area in Xenoblade, you gotta wait like 2 or 3 seconds at best. This is really some good news, man. The screen also gets upgraded to an 8-inch 1080p screen, though LCD and not OLED. From what we've heard, which is somewhat unfortunate. And the leak also mentions the size of the console, and it sounds like the screen won't have any bezels at all. I'm not talking about a GameCube to Wii situation, and also not about a Wii to Wii U situation. This could possibly be Nintendo's biggest generational leap after many years now. So, the rumor of Nintendo showing off a Breath of the Wild tech demo at Gamescom in 4K 60 with no loading times would make perfect sense now. I can already hear the Zelda team and Monolith Soft crying tears of joy. We will see a ridiculous jump in visual fidelity with the next system, and I'm more than excited for the next projects. Which may be a launch in March, with 3 games being present, and the first one being Mario Kart 9. I feel like Mario Kart 9 as a launch title is a no-brainer. Mario Kart is Nintendo's strongest IP, and going with this as the casual game for launch, it would be a perfect fit. Don't ask me what the next gimmick would be. Honestly, after being able to fly and drive on walls, where else do you... Oh! Nintendo Kart! No, honestly, I have no clue. But if you're asking me, I think that would be really cool. Imagine having a race in Kakariko Village, or Phendrana Drifts, or hey, maybe even Ionios. The Mario crew traveling through the multiverse to battle it out in a race between Mario, Kirby, Samus, Shulk. I mean, we already have Link, Inkling and Villager in it, might as well expand it a bit more. But yes, I would definitely pick this one. Now about the second game. Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 isn't real, just yet. But knowing Retro Studios, I am beyond excited for its release. Have you played Metroid Prime Remastered? They still got it in them. That game looks unironically like a PlayStation 4 game. It's baffling how good it looks on the Switch, mostly also thanks to the incredible lighting that they implemented in this game. And talking about lighting, I think they would love to show off the ray tracing capabilities of the new system. And let's be real, if there's one game that you can show it off with, it is Metroid Prime. And if some may say that a small tablet can't do ray tracing, Technology has advanced quite a bit in the past few years, and here's the thing. The iPhone 15 Pro is being able to play games like Alien Isolation, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Grid Autosport, and more games in a solid 60 frames, with some nice visuals too. Even able to play games with ray tracing enabled. But it's $1,000+ device, and yes, that's true. But it achieves all of that without even active cooling or anything like that. Because it isn't really a gaming device in that sense. And Nintendo has the massive advantage of having Nvidia as a partner, and the SoC that is specifically made for the Switch. And look, I'll be real here with you, I personally love good lighting in video games. Lighting makes such a big difference in video games, it is unreal. And every form of ray tracing, path tracing, or Unreal Engine's Lumen is, in my opinion, pretty damn cool. Sure, it is really power hungry, and there is still a way to go until it is more viable in more games. But I love it, and usually if I can make use of it, without it absolutely killing the resolution and frame rate, I use it. Once again, I know this is a hot take, especially in a gaming area where people tell me they can't see the difference between 4K and 240p. That automatically means that most people won't care about ray tracing or won't notice the difference if it's on and off, but hey, that's fine, you know, who cares? But I love ray tracing, and also, if normalized, it would take away some work from the developers, since they don't have to do all the extra work to implement the lighting, shadows, and everything that comes with that. So yeah, it would be nice. In any case though, Metroid Prime 4 for a game more focused on the core audience, also hoping to give it a chance of a Breath of the Wild moment. I mean, we can see, right? I played personally all the 2D Metroid games, but only the first Prime game, so I can't add more to that. I am here hoping for ports for the current Switch, maybe we'll hear about it next month. Also for the last game, to be honest, this could be an actual quote-unquote playable tech demo. It is a new Wave Race. Wave Race 64 has still some of the very best water physics ever. It felt fantastic to play this game on the original Nintendo 64. I loved it very much. Even with the horrendous 20 frames per second, but the game came out pretty close to the launch of the system, and it showed off what the console is capable of, and it was mighty impressive for its time. So why not repeat it again? Especially with ray tracing enabled and showing off what the console is capable of. This could be pretty incredible, and since Nintendo can work on these games and how ray tracing is implemented, I would have even more faith in it actually looking good. Is there anything else to say? I don't think so. I think it will be a solid lineup of games. You may include some updates for previous games like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Xenoblade, or whatever, 4K 60 and we're good to go. You probably don't even need DLSS for that. April, a new Donkey Kong game. A new Donkey Kong game by the Mario Odyssey devs has been rumored for years now, and this could be it, a follow-up to the beloved Donkey Kong 64. I mean, come on, honestly, if it comes even close to the quality and fun of Super Mario Odyssey, we're talking about a superb game here. I remember hearing that it is a 2D game with occasional 2.5D gameplay sections, so I don't know what kind of game it will end up being, but Donkey Kong hasn't received a game in over a decade now, so we kinda are in need of another one. And it would also make sense to push Donkey Kong a bit more too, because of the DK crew being present in the Mario movie, and now also the DK section that will be part of the Nintendo theme parks. So I can definitely see a new Donkey Kong game being released a bit early in the first year. May. Probably a Mario Sports title, but since Mario Strikers Battle League has hurt me on an emotional level, I don't care. Not even mentioning the other sports title. June. ARMS is definitely an underrated game on the Switch, and since the Switch 2 will be a, well, Switch but better, you may try to give the series another boost with the second entry. Add some new characters and stages, give it a story mode where you can maybe even create your own ARMS character. I have Street Fighter 6 in mind when it comes to how they could handle the next game and series in general. Just build upon the things you have already established and make it better. The new Joy-Cons have supposedly 2 new additional back buttons, so maybe you could make use of them too. The teams at Nintendo are pretty creative, so I'm sure they'll come up with something. I also do think that ARMS was truly underrated. But hey, Min Min joined Smash, so maybe they do have bigger plans with the ARMS IP. We will see. July. Look, Mario Party once again is a no-brainer, and I do believe that we'll see a lot of Mario in the first year. Nintendo's biggest audience is the casual audience, and Mario Party is definitely a perfect fit for year 1 of the Switch attach. Did I say attach? I mean Super Switch. Nintendo, I dare you. But boy do I hope they'll go back to the older formula. The secret sauce of an actual good Mario Party. And Mario Party Superstar, even though just a remaster, it is a step in the right direction. Breaking friendships the way it was intended. And please with a bit more than just 4 or 5 boards and like 8 characters to choose from. That would be nice, thank you. It would also fit for the summer time frame in my opinion, so even more of a reason to bring Mario Party in year 1. August. Hyrule Warriors Tears of the Kingdom Edition. Now we are slowly getting to the meaty parts, and I don't think it's exactly a weird pick. Looking at the releases, we should be rather close to the next Nintendo Warriors game, which will probably be a Tears of the Kingdom Warriors game set in the past, or specifically, the Imprisoning War, with probably another change later on where they actually win the battle and split the timeline again because they love to do that. Might as well do it again. Astral was also one of the best Zelda villains we had in a long time, so I would absolutely love to see another figure appearing there as an antagonist. And I hope it's just as badass as the first 2 games. Thank you again. September, Xenoblade Chronicles Cross Definitive Edition. Shameless safe plug here. If you haven't played Xenoblade Cross, there is a video I made not too long ago talking about it, and why a Switch port won't make much sense. But now that more info is coming out regarding the new system, it is looking very good for the 11 fans of the original game on the Wii U. The last big game on the Wii U that was missing a port, or in this case a remaster / remake, like you saw it being the case in the definitive edition of the first game. Once again, a perfect opportunity to show off what the new console is capable of. Bringing one of the biggest open world games ever created, aka Nintendo's biggest open world game ever created. Well, Monolith Soft made it, but still, when it comes to Nintendo, it is the biggest open world game you can find. Coming finally to new life on a finally more capable system. With way less pop-ins and lower res textures thanks to the fantastic increase of RAM. This is some great news and I can't wait how this game will look and play. And who knows what they will add on top of that. Since the trilogy concluded, maybe they could tease us with a future connected style expansion, or a whole new trilogy. Or maybe Xenoblade 4 even. Oh, the possibilities. But let us move on. October. I'll be honest with you here, we have seen nothing, and except that it's targeting 2025. Who knows, maybe it's even a bit too late in the year. Maybe you could switch it out with DK in April, but let's leave it as it is. Will we see a jump in fidelity? Yes. Will it be substantial? I don't think so. Will it be a quality product? Probably not. The current state of Pokemon is unfortunate if you're asking me, but the game could run in like 20 frames like Wave Race back on the Nintendo 64 and maybe even look worse than this game, but people will still defend it until their very end. I'm looking over at Pal World and the devs behind it, and I find it even more embarrassing what kind of a game the Pokemon company, aka Game Freak, is giving its fans. The biggest franchise in the entire world. It's just sad, man. But oh well. Pokemon next year, let's go. November. After years of waiting, it is finally time. A new 3D Mario. Super Mario Odyssey wasn't such a fantastic video game. I am unironically craving for a new high-quality 3D platformer for quite a while now. I heard some things about the direction it will go, but since that had zero confirmation and also wasn't deconfirmed, it is hard to tell which direction it will go. We had a Dark Souls world in Odyssey, so everything is possible, like traveling to other worlds of other Nintendo IPs. That was the original rumor, I don't know. Like I said, who knows? Let's just continue with the everyone is here formula from Smash Bros. Honestly, so many people are saying it has to be X and have to do Y and gotta feel like Z, even though I don't fully get it. I don't care if the next game is an open world game, still open area, or completely other complaints related to games like the platforms of the game or how mature a game is, or hey, if Peach gets kidnapped for a millionth time or not, or if the new stars are moons again, or Mario turns into a girl or something. Those aren't really determining factors if a game is good or not, and in general, if it's a game where later on I will have a good time with it, why bother about anything else? The devs had something in mind, and crafted a game with passion. And a lot of them at least, games should be there for entertainment and fun. That's what it's all about. Gamers nowadays complain about too many things in my opinion. If you're complaining, at least do it about the right things, or in a way where it makes sense. But I'm drifting off here. Just enjoy playing video games, man. That's all I wanted to say. Games are great. I love games. December. I have no idea. Honestly, there is still Luigi's Mansion 4, something Smash Bros related maybe, Astral Chain 2, and some more IPs that had quite a few years of development time already. The new Monolith Soft IP even. Hey, maybe we'll receive the Fighters Pass 3 for Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, Mario Kart 8 did the same thing in a way, with the deluxe version on the Switch. Or what about the new Yoshi game? Or what about a full-on Ocarina of Time remake? Aonuma has been asked that not too long ago. He simply didn't want to comment on that question. Interesting if you're asking me. It is a very exciting year in any case. The best thing about it is that we are really not that far away to find out ourselves. Is there any game you'd love to see become reality? Let me know in the comments. Alright folks, I started like 7 different scripts for 7 different videos at this point. I should just consider finishing them one after another instead of just coming up with new ideas that seem more important for that moment. But yes, I am busy with new videos that you can look forward to. Thank you all very much for watching. Like and sub, you know the deal. And I wish you all a real good one. See you later, folks.